committee meeting.
Wait, hold on, they need to tell you to go on.
You tell me when you're ready.
No.
Okay, it's 12 o'clock and we're ready to begin with our audit committee meeting. We do have a quorum. Okay, so I'll call the meeting to order. First item, any public comment?
I'm sorry. Yes, we do have quorum. And as to public comment, there was a public comment request form submitted yesterday by a member of the public, but the form indicates that she does not wish to address the committee, but her email and photo are submitted in writing. She checked the box at the back saying, I do not wish to make an address, but I do wish to register my opinion. So copies of the email request form and the photo that she has submitted have been submitted to each of you.
Okay, they'll be included in the minutes. Very good. Okay, so items for presentation and discussion. Item number 1, presentation discussion of audit committee calendar.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair, members of the board, and PUB employees. My name is Melida Pinales. I'm the Director of Internal Audit, and I have my staff member here.
Hello, Norma Torres.
And Maria Fernanda is online. So on agenda item number 1, presentation and discussion of committee calendar. This is just the calendar for this year, 2026. We have had our February meeting, and today we're having our May 20th meeting, and our upcoming meetings will be held tentatively August the 19th and then on November the 18th. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Anybody have any questions? No questions.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to item number 2, presentation discussion of pending certain items not completed fiscal year 24 to 25.
Yes, sir. So here in front of you, you have a recap of the pending items that have not been closed for fiscal year 24-25. From the original 79, we are down to 12. I want to give a quick recap. 6 of them have to do with procedures, and others are records retention, policies, procedures, job descriptions, reconciliation of easements. So we have different items, have been working closely with the different team members, and they all are working on these items. So I don't know if you have any questions or anything that can be addressed by any of the staff members.
Questions? Hey, Marilyn, I know we've been addressing this, on a consistent basis, but, the follow-up report dates on some of these, and we have made quite a bit of progress, but are from last year. So I know there's 12 in process. Can we work diligently by maybe the next 30 to 60 days to make sure that this all gets addressed and we're removed from the pending? Item number 3, presentation discussion of annual audit plan for fiscal year 25-26 status update.
Yes, so here we have quarter 1 for this new fiscal year 25-26. I'm happy to report that we have completed all of these audits. Everything has been completed from the electric engineering, SRWA, power production, energy control, fuel and purchase, Calpine Hidalgo, and we've conducted 2 unannounced cash counts. So on the follow-ups, we've also completed everything for quarter 1. As you can see, we have payroll, environmental compliance, water and wastewater operations, unannounced cash 5, accounting and treasury petty cash count 1, analytical laboratory, and raw water supply. Moving on to quarter number 2, we've completed some of these items. We do have in progress, we do have 5 audits that we're currently working on. We are working on the 3 IT audits. There are 3 different departments, and we're also working on the water and wastewater operations and constructions and the substations and relaying. I want to report that these are all high, they're all under the high risk. So we are taking a little bit of more time on these audits. I do not have an expected completion date on all of them, but hopefully we'll wrap them up between now and the next month. On quarter 2 follow-ups, all of them have been completed. So these are the follow-ups that we conduct after the 6-month final report is issued out. So all of them have been completed. I want to thank management for working on us, for working with us on all of these, so all of these have been completed. And then moving on to quarter three, just like I mentioned on the previous quarter, we're also backlogged on some of these audits. We have not started any of these. We've only done cash count number 5. Hopefully, we start wrapping up 2 or 3 of the other ones. We should be kicking off at least another 3 new audits. Moving on to quarter 3 on the follow-ups. On the follow-ups, we've completed 2 of them. The other 2 that are pending, we already received management responses. We are finalizing the reports. They should be coming up in the next couple of weeks. And then we have 3 follow-ups to conduct in the month of June. And then quarter 4, quarter 4, we don't have it because there's still some time for that. Do you have any questions that I can address?
Yes, can you go to slide 11? I just, on the quarter 2. Okay, just on the information technology, I think there's 3 that are audits, right? On those, are y'all doing all those in-house with the
Yes, sir.
existing staff? You're not going out?
No, sir. So I believe what we'd like to do is maybe once we finalize and whatever we identify, depending on what the committee would like to do, we can outsource it. We did have a company come and do, but I believe it's been like 5-6 years. They came in and did a full-blown audit of the IT department. But that would be up to the committee if that was necessary.
Yeah. Especially in today's environment, you know, with all the fraud and stuff. Is security being addressed in any of those audits, ma'am? Like, for example, patches, passwords, those kinds of things?
Yes, so Norma Torres is leading one of these audits, so she's nodding her head that yes, we are testing all of those things.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have any other questions? No? Okay, thank you. And then we're on item number 4. Okay, presentation discussion of audit report for fiscal year 25 to 26.
Yes, so on A, we have audit reports with no findings. So these are audits that we've completed for the past, during the past fiscal, well, during this year. And we include the Calpine Hidalgo Energy Center meeting. That was just a virtual meeting that we met with them. We've completed the Robindale and South Wastewater treatment plant audits, and we've done 3 unannounced cash counts, and there was no findings. So good job to all of these department heads.
Good job.
Then moving on to B, audit reports with findings. So we did complete the electric engineering and the power production. On these, we will conduct 6-month follow-ups. I can go into the details or if you would like for me to just continue.
Is there anything like in those that we should be aware of?
So on the electric engineering, we did have 9 findings, and on the power production, we had 12 findings.
Okay. Were any of those repeat findings?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we just have to make sure when we get those responses back, and if we can do it at less than 6 months, I mean, it seems kind of a long time. I know there's different priorities and a lot of things going on right now, but I guess just take a risk-based approach to the responses on the most pertinent ones, especially if they're repeat. If they're repeat, there should be a pretty good reason why. It could be something regarding.
Already incorporated responses. They've agreed on all of them. They have action plans. They have different deadlines. Some of them include more than a year in fixing these items. So, I mean,
I understand.
okay, so moving on to C, the 6-month follow-up recommendations implemented. So on these 4, the call center, the maintenance facility annex, general manager, and unannounced cash count, all of them, we did the follow-up and everything has been implemented. So also good job to everybody on all of these.
Very good.
Okay, so moving on to D, the 6-month follow-up pending certain items not completed. We do have these 10 departments that still have items that have not. The audit was completed, or we did the follow-up from the last report, which is in September of 2025. And out of the 4, we still have 1 that has not been implemented, and that is the procedure. Okay, on the asset management and CIP delivery follow-up, also they still have not finalized the policy, procedure, and plan. I do want to give credit to the director. He has worked on all of these procedures. All of them have been written and have been submitted, so they are waiting final approval.
Okay, okay.
On the communications and public relations follow-up, similar, they've implemented 4 items, and the one that is pending is also the procedure. I also want to give credit to the area manager who has worked on the policy and procedure, but pending final approval. Okay, moving on to company-wide overtime follow-up, the same thing. Management has worked on the procedure and is waiting the final approval. On the compensation and benefits follow-up, they have not implemented, or they're still working on the policies and procedures and the HR system integration. Okay, moving on to the cross-connection control follow-up. On this one, out of the 6, 3 have been implemented. Sorry about that. 3 have been implemented and 3 of them have not been implemented. So on the ones that have not been implemented, they are working on them. I know we had a meeting in the past, and it was taken to the full board. 2 additional staff members have been assigned, so that should reduce the numbers that were reported on these findings, and that should help the department itself. So I don't know if you have any questions on specifically for this audit.
No questions.
No? Okay, so moving on to digital. On this one, the 3 items are still in progress. The procedures and program, also the same thing. The procedures have been finalized and they're still waiting final approval. And on the ECRM project, for the electronic forms and the record retention process, they are also working on finalizing these 2 items. And staff is here if you have any questions that you would like for them to address.
Questions?
Okay, moving on to the electric transmission and distribution, construction and maintenance follow-up. That's a very long department title, but a lot of work comes with that department. So out of the 15 recommendations, they have implemented 10 of them, and 5 have not been implemented, and they're still working on them. So I don't know if you have any questions on any of these.
Do we know, Marilyn, when we'll be able to complete the non-implemented ones?
I'm gonna call on Eli Alvarez. I spoke to him earlier. I'm not sure if he was in the
He's right here.
comments. Okay, they're behind me. There we go.
Yeah.
I was like, I spoke to him right before we got here.
Yeah, we had given a follow-up update to Melanie, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and we're looking to finalize most of these within 3 months. The only one that is going to take a little longer is the arc flash and electric shock prevention program, but we're going to roll that out. I believe August is our timeline for that.
Okay.
August is our timeline.
What are you going to roll out, the prevention program?
The program itself, we have essentially we have job descriptions and work instructions that have already been approved.
Okay.
But the program encompasses everything. It just formalizes everything, our approaches to all the arc flash issues that we have.
So I do want to interject something that although we have here some of the procedures for these specific programs that were reviewed, I did talk to Eli specifically on the investigation of equipment failures and some things. So we're going to go outside of our existing process and procedures. And so we'll document with internal control so that way she's aware why we're going outside of internal processes. So that way we can do some forensic analysis on equipment failures to ensure we have a better work product. And how do we do if we keep on just repeating the same type of replacements that we don't know why they're causing it. He will be providing me a timeline and information and memo. I just want to go on the record on that we may get written up for not following procedures, but that's at my direction to ensure we have some forensic work done on some of that equipment.
Yeah, I think as long as you document the justification, and
Yes.
then that justification has the proper approval. Like I approve policy exceptions all the time, but the exception goes through an approval process, you know, and so there's an explanation, reviewed, a couple of signatures by the appropriate parties, and then everyone just understands it. That should be good.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so moving on to the pre-treatment follow-up. Out of the 4 recommendations, 3 have been implemented and 1 is still in progress. So they're still working with the waste hauler manifest forms. Okay, and then on the final one, the training and organizational development follow-up, also the same thing. Out of the 2, they've implemented the harassment training, and the procedure also has been documented and is pending final approval.
All right, thank you for that. Moving on to item number 5, presentation discussion of pending certain items and not completed fiscal year 25-26.
Yes, sir. So this is a recap of everything I've just talked about more and during quarter 1 and quarter 2 or the prior audit committee meeting. So out of the 50 findings, 26 have been implemented and 14 are still in progress.
Halfway done, but it seems like a lot of those that are in progress are just pending final approval that the work's been done.
Yes, sir. Most of them.
So hopefully we'll fix that, and then that the in progress number will go down by half, I hope. Right, at least. Any questions, sir? Daisy? No? Okay, and then we move on to the last item. Any requests for future agenda items? Huh? Okay, any questions now? And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. I'll second that, all those in favor?